Okay, everyone. I hope my voice is clear to all of you. Okay, so basically, the topic that we'll be studying today is called functions. Now, what is functions? What do we understand about functions? The symbol of denotation for functions is called f of x. So basically, f, then an x which is present inside brackets. Okay, this is how you denote functions. But where do we use functions? Okay, for example, you have if you want an output of a shirt, right? You want an output of a shirt. So I want you to tell me what are going to be some raw materials that you would use for its creation. Wool, okay. Why am I writing like this? Wait. Okay, wool, cotton, okay, that makes sense. And what else? Satan, okay, whatever. Like basically raw materials like these, right? Think of another raw materials. What do these raw materials need in order to... Yes, good. Industrial processing. Yes. This is the point where I wanted everyone to be on. Okay, so whenever we study functions, we are looking at the idea of having an input, then it goes through a process, and then we have an output, right? So the input in this case can be considered wool, it could be Satan. The process is industry, and the output is shirt, right? So functions can be denoted just like that. What do we mean by that? Let's say you have a function which asks you f of x equals 2x plus 5. Okay? Now, first things first, what you need to understand is that f of x can also be considered as y. A functional way of writing y is f of x, right? F of x equals 2x plus 5. F of x in itself, this portion, is the name of function, right? And x here is the value of input, right? Now, as far as x and y is concerned, there are two more terminologies that you should know of. X can also be considered as the domain of a function or the input values, because without a domain, which is x, what we won't have a range, which is the output values. Is everything clear so far? Great. So, should I erase this? Okay, let's move forward. Now, for example, oh, My voice is clear, right? Okay. So for example, we have a function f of x equals 2x plus 5. Okay. Now what I did is, and let's say we have another function g of x equals x squared plus 3. Okay. Now let me draw a line of separation between the two. Oh, no, this is not the one. Leave it. Okay. So if I was to tell you that you must write this function in the form of, let's say, find the value of f of 3. What's going to be the method? The method we will use is that we will substitute the value of 3 into the equation where x is present. So we had f of x equals to 2x plus 5. Find the value of, let me just write this a bit down. Yeah. Find the, let's say, in this case, range values. F of 3. What do we mean by f of 3? We actually mean, what we mean is that what is going to be the range when the value of the domain is 3. So we'll input 3 at the place of x. 2 raised to 2 into 3 plus 5 gives us 11. We can write f of 3 equals 11. Understand? Okay. Just like that, if we were given the question g of 2, find the range of values, or find the values of y, or find the range of values when g of 2 is present. So we can write this as 2 squared, because here we have g of x squared plus 3, 2 squared plus 3. What's 2 squared plus 3? 7, absolutely. Let's solve one more. F of, let's say, minus 10. What do we get in this case? 2 into minus 10 plus 5, which gives us minus 15. So f of minus 10 gives us the range of minus 15, right? Now, few different types of questions could be, let's say, you were asked g of k plus 1. Now what do we do here? Yes, absolutely. We'll just simply input the value of k plus 1. We don't know what k is. Well, we will have these sort of questions, but for now this is just an example. We don't know what k is right now, but what we know is that we have to expand this bracket. Plus 3, right? So this will be written as k square plus 2k plus 2 plus 3, or k squared plus 2k plus 5. This is the value of the range when the domain that we have is g of k plus 1. Understand? Let's say we had the value of f of t minus 3. Find me the range when t minus 3 is the domain. Oops. Yes, what is it? 2 into t minus 3 plus 5, that's 2t minus 6 plus 5, which gives us 2t minus 1. Yes, this is absolutely correct. So are we understanding the basic concept of functions as of yet? Okay, let's solve a few questions of the similar type. Okay, let's solve a few questions of the same type that we have right now. Okay, let's say you were given um, f of x equals 2x plus 5. Now, given that, this is where it gets a bit tricky. Given that f of 3 equals t plus 2, find t. So basically this is a combination of a few that we have studied so far. Think about it. What do we get as an answer? How would we arrange it? Ayan, any ideas? You haven't spoken in the class as of yet. None? Yes, Arisha. Yep, the answer is, I'm not sure exactly. I think it is 9. But let's have a look. So f of x equals 2x plus 5. Given that f of 3 equals t plus 2, find t. We know that f of 3 can also be written as 2 multiplied by 3 plus 5. This equals t plus 2, right? Why? Because f of 3, if we input the value of x, the domain of x in this equation, we get this. And this 2 into 3 plus 5 equals t plus 2. 11 equals t plus 2. 11 minus 2 equals t. So whoever said t, I think it was Alicia. Alicia, yes, you're right. 9 equals t. Okay, now we understand this type, right? Let's move on to another type of question that you might sort of encounter. Okay, so let's say we were given that g of x equals to 3x minus 5. Given that g of k equals 12, find k. Can anyone of you tell me what's happening in this question? What's different in this question that we were yet to encounter? Ideas? Yes, good job. As of yet, we were supposed to find the values of the range, right? Basically the y values or the f of x values, right? Or g of x values, whatever we might have as a constant. But this time around, they gave us the range and they want us to find the value of the domain, which they gave us in the form of k. What do we do? Yes. So g of x equals 3x minus 5. Given that g of k, now we don't know what k is, we have to find that, equals 12. Can I say 3x minus 5 equals 12? Most definitely. Because g of x equals 3x minus 5 and g of k, the same notation is being described here. So g of k equals 12. Can I say that 12 will be transferred here to form 12 plus 5? 3x equals 17 and x equals 17 upon 3. Is that correct? Yep, that's correct. No, it's not. No, no, it's 17 upon 3. Understood? Okay, so these are basically the types of questions that you might get. Okay, another example. Let's say you have um, f of x equals to 3x plus 7. Now be careful. Given that f of 3t plus 1 equals 12t, find value of t. Now what do we get? Giving you all some time, you can solve it. What's the value of the range and domain in this question? Yes, we don't know the values of range and domain. We're just given a rough idea that the domain is 3t plus 1 and the range is 12t. But we can find out those values, right? What do? We know whatever is in this bracket will be transcribed here. So 3 into 3t plus 1 plus 7 equals 12t, right? Because 12t, the value of t is still going to be, um, yes, yes, absolutely, right? What do we have here? Let's expand the bracket. 9t plus 3 plus 7 equals 12t. Let's shift, no, no, what we can do is let's make our work easier, right? Let's add 3 and 7 here, which becomes 10. And if we shift 9t to this point of the equation, we'll get 12t minus 9t. It's going to be 3t, and subsequently t will be 10 upon 3. So in this question, this is the most advanced type of question that you will find in this portion of function. So functions hasn't ended yet. There is a lot to go. And this is the last portion of algebra, by the way. Yes, after this, algebra will finish. Done? Okay. Do you want to solve another example or should we move forward? Solve another example? Are you sure about it? Okay, let's solve another one. Oh, be careful. You just want to waste time. I know that very well. Okay. Now, let's talk about the inverse of a function. You remember I gave you an example of uh, wool industry cloth, right? What do we do if we have to go back, right? This is the mechanism. Now, of course, we're not going to be using these functions in this idea in itself, but this is the mechanism that mathematicians have used in order to derive what is going to be our strategy to find the inverses of a function. Why do we have to find the inverse of a function? Okay, now let's start with the easiest function. F of x equals 2x minus 3. You were told to find inverse. Okay, First things first. Now there are a few steps that you will have to take place. I want you to write those steps down. The first one is replace f of x with y. Secondly, make x the subject. You see, why did I decided that deliberately I'll be solving functions at the end, is because we recently studied all of these topics, right? I think 2 days ago we studied making something subject of a formula. And then replace x into f inverse of x and y into x. Now just write it at the corner of the page and leave it for now. We'll have a look. Okay? Even if it's difficult to understand, no need to worry. We'll solve a lot. Okay. When we're talking about taking an inverse, what is the first step? Replace f of x with y. Y equals 2x minus 3. Well and good? Okay. Second step. Make x the subject. How do we make subjects? Arisha, I know you've already spoken a lot. I want Ayan to speak up. Okay. Y plus 3 equals 2x. What next? Y plus 3 upon 2. Absolutely. Now what? Replace x with f inverse of x and replace y with x. X plus 3 upon 2 equals f inverse of x. That's correct. This is exactly the right answer that you need as far as the marking scheme is concerned. Okay? Write it down so that we can solve at least 2 to 3 more examples of such questions. Can we finish functions today? Let's have a look. Let's see honestly. I was thinking that we can solve a few. Basically, functions is divided into 3 portions. Like generically in O levels is divided into 3 portions. So like functions, the first thing that we studied was input output. Second thing is inverse, and the third thing is composites. We'll do composites later on. We'll just study basics first. Done? Okay. So you see, the 3 strategies that I've mentioned at the corner of the page is all that you need in order to help you, at least in your O levels or your IGCSE. It's more than enough for you to help you solve these questions. 12 minus 2x. Quickly. I'm giving you all 1 minute to solve this. Look at these rules and simply solve this question. Done? Ayan, done? What do you don't understand? Am I going too quick? Okay. Okay, let's solve this gradually. Replace f of x with y. First things first. It's okay if you are not able to memorize the rules as of yet. You won't memorize it with just two questions. It will take time. If you solve 15, 20 questions, it will then be easier. We will solve 5 or 6 in the class. So by the end of this class, you'll be well aware of the rules. Okay, write it down again. Gradually, by bits and pieces, we go forward. Make x the subject. What should we do? Let's bring 2x to this part of the equation equals 12 minus y. Am I right? Replace, is it still the subject? No, it's not. X equals 12 minus y whole upon 2. Replace x with f inverse equals, and y with x. Bus, that's it. That's the correct answer. Let's solve a difficult example. These were the easier ones. Why do I have the habit of erasing everything important? Okay. Combination 2x plus 3 divided by 5x. Now what do we do? Simple, just follow the rules. Ayan, you will solve this question. Everyone, if you can solve this question, but don't tell me the answer. Ayan will tell me the answers. Ayan, go ahead. Yeah, sure, take your time. You can take 2 minutes, doesn't matter. I can solve that in my mind. I'm a university student, right? It's not rocket science for me. Yes, Ayan. Done? You got 5x minus 2 upon 3. Okay, I'll just write it down. 5x minus 2 upon 3. Did all of you get the same answer as Ayan? Inverse? Yeah, you have to take inverse. Oh, you got the other. So you got 3 over 5x minus 2? Risha, what about you? Oh, so Arisha also got that. Let's have a look. That's fine. Even if you got the wrong answer, it's fine. We'll solve a lot now. First things first, replace f of x with y. Y equals 2x plus 3 divided by 5x. Okay? Take 5x to the other part of the equation. 5x into y equals 2x plus 3. Right? Now, what we should do now is make x the subject of the equation. Now, instead of me writing it like this, can I write it like this? 5xy equals 2x plus 3? I definitely can. Okay. 5xy minus 2x equals to 3. Is that clear so far? Now what do we do? What we will do is that we'll take x as something common, because x is present here, x is present here at the same part of the equation. 5y minus 2 equals 3. x equals 3 divided by 5y minus 2. What's the last step? F inverse of x equals 3 over 5x minus 2. So this is the correct answer. Everyone understood? Ayan, where did you go wrong? Ayan, can you hear me? Ayan, can you hear me? Okay, he left the meeting. Very shrewd of him. Do you all want to study composite functions today, or do you want it next week? In fact, no, we have a class tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll finish algebra. What do we mean? What do you mean so quick? Took us good 6 to 7 days. Okay. Any other questions from today?